Hey there, welcome to the sum video tutorial. Now we're going to be learning how to use the sum formula and also a few little hidden secrets on how to use it quickly and some side quests here as to how you can use the sum formula more effectively. So in this sheet, we have a very simple setup of three sales associates, John, Jenny, and James, and the various months that they've been working and the various amounts of revenue that they've generated. We are going to learn quickly first here how to sum up a column. So we want to basically sum this up. And it's very, very simple. To start any formula, you hit equals, and that is how you begin any formula, and just start typing sum. And honestly, Google Sheets is pretty smart. It kind of knows that this is exactly what I want just based on the setup of the whole sheet. So if I just hit enter now, you'll see that this section is kind of marked off in orange, and you'll see that it's already autofilled B2 to B4, which is B2, B4. So it's summing up that section. If I hit enter, there we have it. There is a sum formula complete at $135. We can confirm that this is right. If you really want, you can go grab a calculator and manually add it up. You can do it in your head, or the easiest way, if you highlight and go down here to this section down here, you'll see sum 135. This is a very quick kind of checker area where you can see sum, average, minimum, maximum, and all those kinds of things. So now, how can we quickly and effectively sum up all of this each month? So you would think as maybe you would just have to go equals sum and start going across equals sum into each of these, but that's actually the slowest way you can do it. What you want to do is just click here and you see this little kind of dot here. If you mouse over there, click and drag it over to the side, there you go. It is now adding up every single column, and you can always verify that by picking one at random and double clicking it, and you'll see the orange outline that shows you where is kind of being added up. If you wanted to do this manually, so X out of this, I'll close this down. If you wanted to manually do this, here's probably the best way to do it. If you do equals sum, I would then click on this, and there's a few ways to do it. You can highlight the section you want and hit enter. That works. Here's another way, equals sum, click on the one you want, and you can start using your arrows. So I'm using the up arrow. I'm up here, and then I'm holding the shift key and hitting down to highlight that section. Then I'm hitting enter. Those are really the three ways to do it. Okay, so I'll drag this out now that we have all the columns added up. So how do we do this by row? If we wanted to know, so right now we know the sales in each month. What if we wanted to know the sales that John made versus the sales that Jenny made? So we would go to the end of the row, we would hit equals sum, and once again, Google Sheets is pretty smart. As you see, it's already highlighting this area. So I'll just hit enter. And there we go. And if we want to verify it, I will just highlight over here, 1790, 1790. Similarly, if I want to use one of those other methods, I'll go equals sum. You can either click here, or you could probably use the arrow key. So sum, and then I will manually do it myself, and then I'll just hit enter. Note, in pretty much all formulas, you do need to close out the brackets. However, if you just hit enter, Google does it for you, as you'll see up here. Google does it for you. If we double click just to verify, yep, it's good, and we can verify it ourselves down here, 3060. And then the final way that I showed you earlier, equals sum, and then you can just use your arrow keys. So I moved over here with the arrow keys. I'm holding shift, and then I'm just tapping right, and then you can just hit enter. And there you go. That is all of those. So now we know all of the sales by month, and we know all of the sales by the name. Okay, some side quests. What if we wanted to sum this entire section? It's pretty simple. We would go equals sum, and you'll see that there's no kind of suggestions now because there's nothing directly above or beside. So equals sum, click here, and then just click and drag over this section, and then hit enter. So we're getting the total sum of 6,215. And we can verify this ourselves by checking here, because this is the sum of each of these columns, so it should equal 6,215. It does, 6,215. Similarly, if we were to sum up all of John, Jenny, and James, it should equal the same amount. So John, Jenny, James here, 6,215, and one final check, 6,215. Okay, what if we wanted to just sum, say, a random section like this? Very similarly, just equals sum, and then we will pick that random section here, and I will just hit enter. And there we go, 1,160. Let's just double check that, 1,160. Okay, what if we wanted to, let's say, add this, and this up, just some random cells. How would we do that? Very similarly, equals sum, and then, so click wherever you want, and then click on another one, but while holding control on your keyboard. So control, click, control, click, control, click, control, click. And you'll see it's basically putting a comma between each of these. And once we hit enter, it's going to be doing that sum formula for you. You could do this really, really manually if you wanted by doing equals sum, and then you could go and look, okay, I want C2, so you type C2 and then a comma, and then go and look, I want E4, okay, I'll type E4, and I want G3, okay, G3, and then you would just hit enter and it would do it. But it's certainly much faster to hit equals sum and click, control click, control click, control click. Okay, that is all of the ways you can use the sum formula and the fastest ways you can possibly use them. Please do subscribe and like. It really helps the channel growth. Cheers.